Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more Rosewater. We're still going along the trail. I don't know if this map shows our progress. I'm hoping it does. Yeah. So you can see that we've made quite a lot. I mean, it was quite slow going up to about sort of here-ish, I think. But then on the last stop or two, we've sort of jumped along this far. So, you know, we're over halfway now. We're maybe getting towards 2/3 of the way. I imagine there's going to be something interesting at Hellfire Pass here. Looks like we go in between two sort of mountain ranges here. So, yeah, that'd be interesting. I assume these are mountains. It could be like a canyon, I suppose. But I'm assuming mountains. But yeah, let's carry on and see where we get to today. I think it's our turn to talk to Danny, I think.
Hey, Danny. Let's talk.
Sure.
Been quite a journey so far, don't you think?
I'll say. Jake and I travel around a lot, but it's never as eventful as this.
Think Miss Atomi's show will be a success?
I sure hope so. It still needed some work, but I think we helped out a lot.
Do we get any souvenirs from that last stop? I don't think we did. But that's okay. Let's talk to Phil.
Phil?
Harley?
Must have been hard seeing your people struggling like that.
It was, yes. I can only hope that Antonio and his followers find ample opportunity to start their new lives here. I will endeavor to check in on them after our journey is concluded.
How do you think Miss Atomi's show will do?
I believe it has a chance to succeed. If nothing else, the new pyrotechnics for the dragon will distract the audience from the acting.
We'll talk more later.
I look forward to it.
We're slowing down.
Yep.
Oh, good.
Right on
I
cue.
was thinking we were about due.
Yeah, exactly.
I could use a walk.
Me too. Let's go have a look around.
We're not far from Hellfire Pass. The road gets mighty bumpy, so I thought we'd take a rest here.
Appreciated, Miss Johnson.
I'm going for a wash in that river, just down that way, in case any of you feel so inclined. Lord knows we can
I was
all
going to say, is
use
she
it.
suggesting we
That
stink?
sounds like an excellent idea. I think I'll join you. I mean, I'll go too. After you.
Uh-huh. Come on.
How about you boys?
Well, give the ladies their privacy.
Well, I'm going for a walk. See you later.
Hello? Who's this?
It looks like a camera, but not like any I've ever seen. Good day to you, sir.
Ah, hello there, young lady. Beautiful day, isn't it?
Indeed, Mr.
Ah, where are my manners? The name is Treadway, Rupert Treadway.
I'm Harley Leger.
Absolutely delighted to make your acquaintance, Miss Leger.
Is that contraption some sort of camera?
Goodness, what perspicacity. It is indeed, my dear, but no ordinary camera. This is my own patented design, the rapograph.
The what now?
It's a
Unfortunate name.
portmanteau, you see, of rapid and photograph. Well, the name isn't necessarily final. The point is, my camera can capture images instantaneously without the need to hold a pose. I'm then able to combine these instant images to create moving pictures.
Moving pictures? I've heard some whoppers in my day, but
I assure you, it's true. Allow me to demonstrate.
I have no words. That's...
Amazing, isn't it? I take a sequence of individual images and quickly cycle through them to create the appearance of movement.
it's so smooth and lifelike.
Quite. Not since the Renaissance maestros discovered the vanishing point has there been such a revolution in the science of imagery.
Just what is it you're photographing here?
Anything I can. This forest has offered prime specimens for my study of animal locomotion. I've done some preliminary work with human subjects. Unfortunately, I've not been able to procure many volunteers.
If you need a human subject, I'd be willing to assist, provided there was some financial compensation.
I appreciate the offer, but you are not the sort of subject I'm looking for.
Why not?
As I am primarily interested in the movement of the body, the joints and muscles, I require my subjects to pose in the nude. Thus far, I've employed paid ladies, but recruiting male models has proven more difficult. It is not so easy to convince them that my intentions are academic, not erotic.
And are they? Academic, I mean.
Oh, of course, of course. My work will benefit science, train practitioners of the medical arts, inform the labors of visual artists. It will serve mankind. There is nothing prurient about it.
So if I found you some male models...
Then I would happily pay 5 crowns each.
Sounds like a deal. I'll see what I can do. I don't suppose you'd let me borrow that booklet of yours.
I'm afraid not, Miss Leger. It's nothing personal. I just can't afford to let my prototypes fall into the wrong hands.
Pardon my asking, but you're not accustomed to being outdoors, are you?
Am I that obvious? What gave it away?
I've never met a frontiersman in a 3-piece suit before.
Aha, yes, of course. Well, you're right. I come from El Presidio. Perhaps in future I should trade my stovepipe for a coonskin cap.
I just so happen to be on my way to El Presidio right now. Any advice for a first-time visitor?
Stay away from the wharf if you value your money or your life. Otherwise, it's a charming city. I'm sure you'll enjoy it very much.
So long, Mr. Treadway.
Au revoir, my dear.
Well, I think we're going to steal that booklet, but let's have a look at this stuff first.
A contraption with a small bell and a dial with numbers around it. Oh, one of those gyro whatsits. I haven't seen one in a while. Lenses of various shapes and sizes. Judging by the smell, these are full of chemicals.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking we take this because I imagine we want to try and convince the guys...
Not while he can see me.
Okay, let's go and talk to them. I think sometimes you just have to work through things in a process in order to get Harley to do the things you want her to do. Let's start with Jake. See if we can make him into Nakey Jakey.
Hey, Jake. How'd you like to help a gentleman in need?
How do you mean?
I met a fellow just down the way who's doing some research involving ferrotypography.
Intriguing. Just what is this gent in need of?
He asked me to find him some models. He'd like to capture you in motion. Thing is, he needs you to do it in the nude. I figured you'd be willing, seeing as you were so eager to disrobe back in Chrysalis.
So this feller wants some spicy pictures of old Gentleman Jake in his birthday suit. Is that it?
Well...
You can go ahead and let him know it will be my pleasure to oblige.
Okay, he didn't take much persuading.
Okay then. Great.
And by the way, you'll get paid. He doesn't care. He's happy to get naked.
Danny, I've got a favor to ask. There's a fellow just down the way who's looking for willing participants to help with his research.
And you want me to volunteer?
That's the idea.
What sort of research are we talking?
He's developing moving images.
Wow, really?
Yep. He's got a special camera and everything. Just needs models. Thing is, he wants them to be nude.
Why?
Something about accurately capturing the body's movement.
I see. I don't know.
If it's any reassurance, the fellow didn't strike me as anything but sincere in his scientific interest. Nothing shady.
You sure?
Believe me, I've seen shady. I asked Jake, and he's already said yes.
Okay, so what do you need me for?
Because we get paid more if there are more models.
So, this is just about making money?
Well, not entirely. It's also about advancing scientific research.
I think Jake's starting to rub off on you. You'll be fine without me, though maybe not as rich.
Oh, damn, did I muck that up?
You sure you won't reconsider?
I'm real sorry, Harley, but no.
Damn it, I thought that would convince him. Okay.
Hey, Phil, how'd you like to make some easy money?
What are you talking about?
There's a fellow nearby needs some help. I'm trying to find him some volunteers.
To do what, exactly?
He's developed a new camera that takes ferrotypes in quick succession, capturing movement. He's looking for some models to help study human locomotion.
And he's offering payment?
That's right, 5 crowns per model.
What is the catch?
How'd you know there was one?
Because there is always a catch. So, what is it?
He wants his models to be nude.
Wait, you're joking, yes?
I'm not.
Vete a la chingada. You expect me to take my clothes off and be ferrotyped by some pinche pendejo you met in the woods? How do you know he's not some miscreant seeking additions to his personal erotica collection?
If I thought that was his angle, I'd never have asked.
I am sure you are a fine judge of character. But unless you have something to back up your impressions, I will remain right here.
Okay, so I think we need the book, or the pamphlet, or whatever it is, to convince Phil to do it. Is there a way for me to set up this bell so it might ring or something? Chuck this.
A contraption with a...
I mean, the first thing to try is just talking to the guy, I suppose.
Mr. Treadway?
Madam?
Say, what's that doohickey on your wagon? The one with the bell.
That? Oh, that's my timer.
How does it work?
You simply turn the dial to set how many seconds you wish to count down. When the time has elapsed, the bell rings. It's far more convenient for my purposes than an hourglass.
One of my friends may be up to helping, but he needs some convincing. Could you maybe come back with me and explain it to him yourself?
I'd love to, but I'm afraid I can't leave my camera here.
What if I guarded it?
I'm sure you're trustworthy, but it's too great a risk.
Couldn't we just take it with us?
The camera's already assembled and calibrated. The process of disassembly, transport, reassembly, and recalibration would take ages.
Okay, I get it. I'll figure out another way to convince him. So long, Mr. Treadway.
Au revoir, my dear.
Alright, so maybe now... Yeah, okay, so let's set this for, I don't know, 10 seconds or something. Hopefully he comes over to deal with it, and then we'll snatch the illustrations.
What? What's going on over there? Oh, it's the timer. Did you set it, Miss Leger?
No. Of course not.
Odd.
I'll just borrow this for a while.
Yeah, so let's go show this to Phil. Hopefully that convinces him. I don't know what we could have done differently with Danny. Obviously, telling him Jake was doing it and we needed the money wasn't great for him.
Look at this.
Santa Maria!
Impressive, isn't it?
What is this devilry?
It's not devilry, it's science.
So this is what your friend in the woods is doing?
Yes, now are you convinced?
Not entirely, but at least it appears he's not just some nut. Or if he is, he's an unusually industrious one. Very well. You may tell him I will pose for his pictures.
Good man.
Alright, shame about Danny, but let's tell him he's got a couple of models. Oh, okay. We've absorbed the pamphlet, I guess.
Mr. Treadway?
Madam?
Well, Mr. Treadway, I got you some models.
Wonderful. Bring them over and we'll get started. Yes, this is perfect.
I cannot believe you talked me into this.
You're making a valuable contribution to the arts and sciences, young man.
All right, Mr. Treadway, just say the word and we can get going.
All right.
Jake loves this,
Let's
doesn't he?
begin.
Natural showman.
Spectacular. Your performance exceeded all expectations.
I have to admit, I've never seen such flexibility. So, about that payment?
Oh, yes, of course. Here you are.
Much obliged.
Huzzah.
Thank you again for your invaluable assistance. Enjoy your time in El Presidio.
We're going to get to Hillfire Pass, or is there another stop on the way? We're getting quite far. No, okay, we've stopped. So who did we talk to last time? We talked to Danny and Phil, didn't we? So we'll talk to Nadine again, and probably Jake.
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
How have you been liking our journey so far? Nice change of scene for you?
I feel as though I've seen and done more in the past few days than I have in my whole life.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah, Harley?
I must say, seeing you model for Mr. Treadway was quite the diversion.
You seem to be making a habit out of seeing me au naturel.
And you seem to be making a habit of presenting yourself in that state.
Suppose I reckon one's God-given gifts ought to be shared with the world.
That's one way of thinking about it. Hell of a trip this has been so far, huh, Jake?
Sure has. Ought to give you plenty to write about, huh?
How about another story?
Sure. Oh, I'll tell you about the time I beat a whole town at arm wrestling. My arm was sore for 2 weeks, but it was completely worth it.
Leger, get up here, would you?
What's the
Danger.
matter?
Bridge is out. We'll need to take the detour north through the mountains. Hey, you there. What happened to the bridge?
Just fell down the other day, damnedest thing. Heard a big boom, and next thing I know, no bridge. You know, if I was you, I'd just turn right back around.
Oh, yeah? What's wrong with the detour?
That road's haunted or cursed or something. Nobody who goes that way ever comes back.
You can't be serious.
That's what the last person who came through here said. And wouldn't you know it, I ain't seen him since.
The bridge mysteriously collapses and you just happen to come along and warn people about a haunted road? Seems to me you know more than you're letting on.
Oh, I'm just trying to be helpful.
Look, if folks take that road and never come back, it means they made it where they were going. Now, if everyone who went that way did come back, then you'd know there was something wrong.
Huh, never thought of it that way.
If you'll excuse us, we've wasted enough time.
What was that all about?
The bridge over the canyon's collapsed, so we're taking
Oh, it
a
was a
detour
canyon.
through the mountains.
Who was the old guy?
Just some nut. Tried to convince us the road was cursed.
You really do meet all kinds out here, huh?
We seem to be blessed in that regard.
Oh.
Santa Maria.
What the hell was that?
Are you okay, Harley?
Yeah, I'm fine. We'd better go see what happened.
How bad is it?
Bad. One of the front wheels caught a big hole in the road. Front axle's completely split. It's gonna take some time to fix. I suggest y'all find a good camping spot. We might be here a couple days.
Well, this is just fantastic.
A broken axle is fixable. We can deal with this.
Yes, and if we lose a day, we lose a day.
Hey, folks.
Hold it there. Who the hell are you?
Hey, easy now. I mean you no harm. My name is Jerome Hawkins. I come from the settlement just up the mountain. I saw your predicament. Came down to see if we could lend a hand.
That's not Lee from The Walking Dead as well, is it? Sounds a bit like him. Hey there, Clementine. It does seem suspicious.
Awfully convenient, isn't it? We get warned about this road, and sure enough, we break down on it. And then a friendly stranger just happens by to help.
The Lord works in mysterious ways, ma'am. I can assure you there is no conspiracy here, only charitable concern.
Glad to hear it. It's always been my policy not to look a gift horse in the mouth.
I can repair the axle. I just need time.
Oh, nonsense. We'll send somebody down to see to your wagon. In the meantime, I invite you to come up and be our guest for supper.
Cannibals.
Offer you a safe and comfortable place to rest tonight.
It's
Much
cannibals.
appreciated, Mr. Hawkins.
Wonderful. Follow me then.
Any stranger who invites you to come for supper, they're cannibals.
Greetings, friends. I hope you're well.
I might shaken up, but tolerable well otherwise.
I can only imagine. Brother Jerome said it looked like your wagon was in bad shape.
Nothing that can't be fixed.
Of course. But in the meantime, I invite you to stay with us here in New Bethel. I'm Joanna Taggart. On behalf of the brothers and sisters of the Second Dawn,
That
I
doesn't
bid
sound
you
good.
welcome.
Thank you, Mrs. Taggart.
It sounds a bit cultish to
Call me
me.
Sister Joanna.
Are you a religious sister then, Sister Joanna?
We are all brothers and sisters in God here, none placed above any other, although I do provide spiritual counsel to the community here. We can get further acquainted tonight. We're preparing a welcoming feast in your honor. You may wander freely as you please, but as this is a place of peace, we ask only that you relinquish any weapons
Yeah,
you
let's
carry.
give up all our weapons.
Brother Jerome will store them safely for you. Sister Bridget, could you please show our guests around?
All the
and get
red
them
flags.
settled?
Yes, Sister Joanna.
I look forward to seeing you all at the feast.
Looking forward to having you for dinner.
Brothers and sisters of the Second Dawn, may I introduce our honored guests. At this table, we have Miss Harley Leger and Mr. Jake Ackerman. With the Rangers, Mr. Danny Lowe and Mr. Phil Marquez. And with Sister Bridget, Miss Lola Johnson and Miss Nadine Redbird. Please join me now in prayer. O Lord, we give thanks for sending these fine people here for safety in their time of need, and for this food prepared by loving hands. We give thanks to you for blessing New Bethel by raising it up on this mountain, above the troubles of the world below. For as we know from Psalms, the mountains will bring peace to the people, and the little hills by righteousness. As we partake of this food, we pray for health and strength to carry on, and try to live as you would have us. This we ask in the name of God, our Heavenly Father. Amen.
Amen.
And now let us feast and celebrate the arrival of our new friends.
Let us dine on the mystery meat. Okay, back to us then, huh? Jake's joining in. Let's have a look at things, and then we'll
He's really
chat to
having
people,
a
I
good
guess.
time. The sun rising from behind a mountain must have some special meaning to these folks.
Oh, Phil's playing
He's
guitar as well.
popular tonight.
Alright, let's go left to right. Let's start by chatting to
Enjoying yourselves, boys?
This place is
chat to
incredible.
Lee over here.
Jerome was just telling me.
It's Brother Jerome, if you
Down
don't
now,
mind.
Clementine.
Right. Brother Jerome was just telling me all about the Rangers and what they do.
And what do you do?
I'd be happy to show you both in the morning. We can go on patrol.
Sounds great.
I go out and
Sure.
dig holes in the
We'll
road
see.
to break people's wheels.
Quite the welcome we've been given.
These are good people. Very generous.
We're very happy to have you.
The Hawkins family has offered to let me stay with them, and Sister Sue Ellen is going to show me the communal garden in the morning.
Yes, you should come have a look as well.
Maybe I will.
Who are these guys again?
I truly hope you're enjoying the feast, Miss Leger.
I am. Thank you.
Allow me to present my
Fattening
husband,
us up.
Captain Perry Cloud Smith.
Good to meet you.
Likewise.
I'm so delighted that God saw fit to bring us together. Already you and your friends have given us so much joy.
I was wondering.
You must have many questions, I'm certain. But tonight is for celebration. Questions and their answers can wait until tomorrow.
Hey there.
Hello, Sister Harley. I'm Bridget Doran. I hope you're having a nice time.
I am. Thank you.
So where they got you staying?
Oh, she's with me and my son Patrick. We have an extra cot.
What about you?
I got the cabin up on the hill, nice and private.
Alright. This lady, I guess?
Hello. I don't believe we've been properly introduced.
Oh, of course. Please forgive me. I'm Eliza Taggart.
Taggart? You're related to Joanna?
Yes, she's my mother. I wonder, could you tell me something about your friend with the guitar? I find him rather intriguing.
He takes his clothes off for money.
Oh, Phil's great. Always willing to have fun.
Ah, I thought so. I appreciate your honesty. Now if you'll excuse me.
May I have everyone's attention, please? What a feast we have had. What joyous celebration. Alas, the hour grows late, and we must retire. God bless you all. I shall see you all bright and early for our morning sermon.
Leger, you in there? Get out here, now.
They've eaten Phil. Should we go do that immediately? I'm going to see... Okay, I'm just going to grab anything I can grab from in here before we answer the door. That's probably about it. Okay, let's answer the door.
What's going on?
We got a problem. I tried going down to see about fixing the wagon this morning, but the path's guarded.
Guarded? By who?
The boy, Patrick.
What's he have to guard against?
He just kept saying it was dangerous to go down alone. We gotta get down there somehow.
You want me to take care of him or
Oh,
something?
God. Not in the mafia way of taking care of someone, I
I want
hope.
you to come with me to the wagon. We need to get one of the others to cause a distraction.
Right. But who?
I'll leave that for you to decide. Let's get moving.
Alright. Deeply sus. Okay, so we could... We're going to go around the place, aren't we? Why don't we go and talk to Nadine first of all? I wonder how they got this ship up here. Oh, there's Patrick. Alright. We'll talk to him as well. Yeah, so what they got going on?
You've done a great job tending these plants.
Thank you. It's a collective effort.
Cucumbers, huh?
Yes. These'll need harvesting before the cold sets in.
Those apples look delicious.
They are. Hopefully Sister Bridget will make us one of her delicious apple pies soon.
Or meat pie.
Cucumber.
Oh, click the wrong thing.
Hello, Sue Ellen.
Hello, Harley.
Are you in charge of the garden? It's beautiful.
Thank you. It's everybody's garden, but I spend more time here than most. I find tending the plants very soothing. Plus, I have my special plot of medicinal herbs.
You've got quite a collection. Some of these I've never even seen.
Be glad to tell you all about them sometime.
Could you tell me about the Taggarts and Captain Perry?
What can I say? Sister Joanna is our fearless leader. She keeps this place running, even if she can be severe sometimes. Eliza is a lot like her mama that way. Brother Perry is the friendliest of the bunch. He's always good for a chin wag. Sometimes I wonder how somebody like him ended up with Sister Joanna. Of course, that's really none of my business.
I'd like to know about you and Jerome.
I'm the healer here, and Jerome is a ranger. We do our part to make sure everyone is healthy and safe.
Can you tell me about the Dorans?
Oh, well, they ain't had it easy. A few years back, James got a nasty gash in his leg while he was out hunting. The wound got infected. I did all I could, but he didn't make it. Poor Sister Bridget
had to
has
eat
been
him.
so strong through all of it. Brother Patrick's adjusted about as well as can be expected. I'm just thankful Jerome's been such a good mentor to him.
I'll let you get back to your garden.
Come enjoy it any time.
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
What do you think of New Bethel?
This place, it's so welcoming. Everyone is from someplace different, but they've all come together into a whole. I could see myself being happy here. Perhaps I'll ask Sister Joanna if I might come back after we've completed our journey.
We'll talk later.
I look forward to it.
Because they definitely intend for us to leave her alive. Yeah, we got Patrick over here. So maybe we'll go and talk to him first.
It's full of rainwater.
There's also what looks like a graveyard. Maybe I'll go and check that out first. See if there's anything sus over here. There's a lot of dead people.
Amelia Grimes. Abraham Levinsky. Oliver Thackeray. Isabella Wood. Stephen Wood. Lucy O'Hanrahan. Aaron O'Hanrahan.
A lot of families.
Tiny crosses. One for baby Hawkins, another for Katrina, and the last for Zachariah. How sad. Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Paying a visit?
I'm tending my husband's grave.
My condolences.
Losing James was hard, but the community gives me strength to carry on. I thank God for them. Not just for my sake, but for Patrick's as well.
We know how her husband died. I guess we probably should say every line that we've
I
got
hope
to
this
say.
isn't too forward, but what happened?
There might be
to your
discrepancies in the
husband?
stories.
His leg was wounded in a hunting accident and it got infected. Sister Sue Ellen did her best to heal him, but it wasn't enough. We don't have much in the way of medicine here.
Again, I'm so sorry.
Thank you. He's with God now.
Tell me about yourself and Patrick.
I'm raising my boy the best I can. I'm blessed to have the support of the whole community, but it's not the same without James. Patrick will follow in his father's footsteps and make a fine ranger someday.
I'd like to know about the Taggarts and Captain Perry.
Sister Johanna is an inspiring leader. You've met her, so you've seen her kindness and compassion firsthand. And Brother Perry, well, it's sweet to see how devoted he is to Sister Johanna. He was just an outsider in the beginning, but they hit it off early on.
Brought together by their shared love of human flesh.
What can you tell me about the Hawkins family?
Brother Jerome and Sister Sue Ellen are good people. Brother Jerome has been kind enough to take Patrick under his wing and train him as a ranger. And dear Sister Sue Ellen, I only wish we were closer.
I'll leave you to your thoughts.
God go with you.
Okay, well, this is in the way of being a dead end, so let's leave. Yeah, okay, let's have a chat with Patrick then, see what he's got
Hey,
to say
kid.
for himself.
Yeah?
And just what are you doing out here?
What's it look like? I'm guarding the path.
And why are you doing that?
Sister Joanna's orders. Nobody's allowed down the mountain without a ranger. You go down there by yourself, you're as good as dead.
Come on, it can't be bad as that.
There's heaps of wolves. They're big and fierce with pointy ears and huge fangs. They'll gobble you right up.
I want to go down to our wagon.
Sorry, but you can't.
You just said I could if I was accompanied by a ranger.
The rangers are all busy today. Maybe tomorrow.
What about you?
Me? I'm not a full ranger yet. I'm still in training.
How do you like it here?
It's great. I get to live inside a big airship. You know how many secret places there are to play in?
No.
A lot. And I'm not telling you where, so don't get any ideas.
Okay, so I guess it's not a sailing ship, it's an airship without the balloon or whatever it was. Maybe the balloon became the tent.
I'd like to know about your mother.
I don't like seeing her so sad all the time. She doesn't want to let me see, but I know she really misses Dad. I mean, I do too. With all my big brothers and sisters, it's like having a bunch of moms and dads, so I don't get lonely.
Do you like Joanna and her family?
I sure do! Sister Joanna and Brother Perry are always real nice. And Sister Eliza's almost like my real big sister. Sometimes we play hide and seek. She's real good at it. One time it took me hours to find her.
What do you think of Jerome and Sue Ellen?
Brother Jerome's the greatest. He taught me everything I know about being a ranger. And Sister Sue Ellen's nice, but she doesn't talk to me much. Sometimes I catch her staring at me with this real sad look on her face.
Keep up the good work, kid.
I will.
Alright, okay. Well, let's, this way. Who's that by the fire? Is that Johanna?
A kettle hanging over the communal fire. Good morning, Joanna.
Oh, good morning, Sister Harley. I hope you slept well.
Well enough. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions.
Of course. Tell me what's on your mind.
Not to be rude, but why are you calling me Sister Harley? I thought that was just something between members of your community.
While you're here, you are a member. We're all children of God, after all.
Just how long have you folks been living up here anyway?
This is our 12th year in New Bethel, but the brothers and sisters of the Second Dawn came together before that. I founded this community back in Bright Bay.
So how did you get from Bright Bay to this mountain?
It was God's will. When Eliza was a small child, he sent her a vision. She saw a distant shore, the sun rising over the hills and shining on the water of a new ocean. It was clearly a sign to journey west, to the coast. I chartered an airship for Las Virgenes, but God had other plans for us. Our ship suffered mechanical problems en route. We were forced to make an emergency landing on this mountaintop. It was by the grace of God that we all reached the ground again safely. The ship had done its duty delivering us here. It would never fly again. So we salvaged it and built our new homes from the wreckage.
So you just decided to stay here and not finish the journey?
But you see, we did reach the end. Eliza later told me she'd had another vision. This time she saw great cities on the shore belching smoke and noise, the ground cracking open and the hills spitting fire. Her first vision had been a clue to go west, just not to the coast as we had thought. Our promised home was east of the sea, where the sun rose over the mountaintop.
When did Eliza have this second vision?
Midway through the voyage. She was on her way to tell me when the airship malfunctioned. It couldn't be clearer that this was God's plan for us all along.
Any updates on the wagon repairs?
I'm afraid I wouldn't know. Eliza has been tasked with handling that. But don't worry. However long it takes, you're always welcome here.
Why is Patrick guarding the mountain path?
A ranger, or ranger in training, is always posted there. This is to prevent anyone from going down into the valley alone. It's quite dangerous down there, as you well know.
I'd like to know more about you.
Me? Well, I have been chosen to lead the community. It is a sacred responsibility. I see to it that every single person here is safe and well cared for.
Tell me about your husband.
I love him. What more is there to tell?
What can you tell me about Eliza?
My dear daughter, her life has not been easy. I can only hope that New Bethel has brought her the peace and happiness she deserves.
Why hasn't her life been easy?
Our life in Bright Bay was turbulent.
People didn't approve of the cannibalism.
Don't elaborate further.
I'm curious about Bridget and her son.
Ah, yes, Sister Bridget. I pray for her and little brother Patrick every day. Losing Brother James was very hard on them both. But Brother Patrick will be a great ranger one day, and Sister Bridget has blossomed into a pillar of the community.
I want to know about the Hawkins family.
Brother Jerome is one of our best rangers, and Sister Sue Ellen is a gifted healer. I thank God every day for the blessings of their fellowship.
Thanks for the chat.
God bless.
Hey, what else we got? The dinner bell. Assume that's what it is.
An old ship's bell. Probably used for getting everyone's attention.
Could be good for a distraction.
Firewood and some branches for kindling.
Okay, he didn't seem to object. Who's this guy?
Hello there. How are you? Is everything all right?
Miss Leger, please don't talk to him. He's not in a fit state for it right now.
Okay.
Hello, Brother Perry.
Oh, you don't have to worry about all that brother-sister stuff with me. Feels strange, only having just met. Be nice for someone to call me Captain Perry again.
Am I right to assume you were the captain of this airship?
Very astute, Miss Leger. Of course, it's been ages, but I still like the title. After all, I went down with my ship, didn't I?
Do you miss captaining an airship? Sailing the open skies?
Every day. Please understand I'm quite happy here. But watching the sun rise over the same horizon for 12 years, let's just say I wouldn't mind getting a glimpse of another part of the world now and then.
How exactly did the airship go down?
Oh, I'd rather not dredge that up. especially not with someone I barely know.
That man chopping wood, is he all right?
Yes, he's fine. He's just being disciplined. Maybe we should attend to his example.
Can you tell me about the brothers and sisters of the Second Dawn?
Fine folks, all of them. You'll get to know everybody yourself in time.
But I want to know your thoughts.
I'm not much for gossip, especially with folks I'm barely acquainted with.
See you later, Captain.
Goodbye, Miss Leger.
So I feel like the airship crash has probably got more going on than they're saying to us at the moment.
SS Rowena. I remember hearing about this airship vanishing. That must have been a decade ago.
12 years, as he said.
Hello, Jake.
Howdy.
Thoughts on New Bethel?
Charming place, really. Nice folk.
I'm surprised. Wouldn't have figured you'd go in for all this biblical stuff.
I'm certainly not what you'd call a religious man myself, but I can respect their beliefs.
What are you doing out here?
Keeping the party going, chatting with Captain Perry, getting to know the place, same as you.
The mountain path's being guarded and I can't get down.
Why would you want to?
I want to make sure the wagon's being repaired.
Shoot, just ask Joanna. She said she'd take care of it.
Already did. She told me to ask Eliza.
Well, then go ask her.
Talk to you later, Jake.
Take it easy, Harley.
Not sus at all. Alright, let's check this out. It's Finnegan.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
He's got a taste for
Not at
getting his
all.
clothes off now.
I was just writing a song for Eliza.
Why?
You two hit it off then?
Indeed. She is a remarkable woman.
So where's Eliza now?
I am not sure. She rose early,
Oh, right.
before dawn.
Spent the night, did he?
What do you think of this place?
I admit I have not had much of a chance to explore. Eliza has kept me occupied.
Damn.
Right. I should have realized. I'd like to hear more about Eliza.
Please, I do not kiss and tell.
I didn't mean it like that. I just wanted to know if she told you anything about this place.
Ah, certainly. We had a very stimulating conversation after the party. This community was founded upon the ideals of independence and freedom. There is much to admire.
That boy Patrick is guarding the path down the mountain.
And why would you want to go?
To check on the wagon for starters.
Jerome said he would take care of the repairs. More hands do not always make for faster work.
How about a preview of your song?
Well, all right. I only have the chorus so far. Eliza, Eliza, brown hair and green eyes, your smile can light up the room. Eliza, Eliza, you make my heart rise. Your radiance chases the gloom. What do you think?
It sucks.
Good start, but honestly, I think it could use some work.
I thought as much. Rhyming in English is not my strong suit. Thank you for your advice.
I'll let you get back to your writing.
Try not to get into any trouble, eh?
Phil's shirt, jacket, and hat. Seems they came off rather quickly. These are mostly nursery books. Educational primers, moral fables, Bible stories, and the like. Guess Eliza hasn't had much opportunity for book shopping as an adult. This was clearly taken at least a decade ago. It's Joanna, Eliza, and some man I don't recognize. Eliza's nightstand.
Hey, what are you doing?
Snooping.
Have you no respect for privacy?
None at all.
Okay, sorry.
God damn.
Certainly makes a statement.
Alright. So we could go up to the cabin.
It's full of curios. Lots of crosses and a nativity scene. The big man himself. A constant reminder that God is watching. A few Bibles and some other religious texts.
Yeah, what's this thing?
There's a box on the wall with a small hexagonal hole in it. Odd.
Where they keep the implements. Chopping up people. Alright, okay, well that's probably something we want to come back to. What if we just smack the bell with that mug we found? Maybe talk to
Miss
Lola if she's
Johnson?
here.
What is it?
Where's Lisa Lou?
Around here somewhere. She was raring to explore the woods around the cabin.
This place is really something, huh?
It's something, all right. They're very hospitable, but everybody's too much in everybody else's business. Creeps me out.
Definite vibes. Okay, let's maybe whack it with a stick. Yeah, let's go in the tent then.
If you're showing Brother Denny the ropes today, I'll take morning patrol.
You be careful out there.
I always am, brother. Ah, good morning, Sister Harley. So nice to see you up. We missed you at this morning's sermon.
Any idea when our wagon will be repaired?
Ah, straight to the point. I'm sure you're eager to get back on the road, but I urge you to take some time and appreciate the little respites God gives us. May I share a story with you?
Fine.
Go on.
When I was a girl, I lived with my parents in Bright Bay. My life, though happy enough, seemed to me quite dull. I dreamed of something more exciting. Unfortunately, my wish came true. One day, while my parents were away on business, the police raided the home of the woman who was caring for me. She ran and I was taken into custody. The police failed to locate my parents and sent me to an orphanage. Then I was off to a workhouse. Those long days of toil, the beatings, the meager food, the nightly chorus of children sobbing themselves to sleep. I longed for the quiet, ordinary life I had taken for granted.
I'm so sorry. But you found your parents again?
Eventually, after more than a year in the workhouse. Once I was back home, I did nothing but thank God for the respite he had given me. So you see, it's important to take advantage of the calmer moments, the ones you may consider dull. You never know quite how much you value them until they're gone. If you'll excuse me, I need to start my patrol. But please, make yourself at home. Help yourself to some tea. And don't worry about your wagon. Today is the Sabbath, but I'll put my best rangers to the task first thing tomorrow. Speak to you soon, Sister Harley.
Hey, Danny.
Hi, Harley.
How are you finding New Bethel?
It's impressive how the community has overcome a bad situation and grown from it. They all take care of each other. Everybody's been so kind. I already feel like I belong here.
We haven't even been here a full day yet.
I know. That's the most amazing part.
Sorry about your guns. Must be weird to be without them.
Oh, not so much. This isn't like last time. I know where they are, and Jerome told me I could get them if I really needed to. Not that I will, of course.
I have to find a way to get down the mountain. Patrick's blocking the way.
Why do you want to go down there?
To check on the wagon.
Oh, right. Jerome was talking about that earlier. I wouldn't worry about it.
See you, Danny.
Bye for now.
Everyone seems very unworried by the wagon situation.
A strainer and teapot. Just need to add some tea leaves and hot water to brew a cup. It's full of what appears to be tea leaves. Smells kind of bitter. It's got a nice fruit.
What do we make some tea with our actual tea leaves?
There. Just need some hot water now.
Don't know where we got
Hi,
that
Brother
from.
Jerome.
Sister Harley?
What are your duties as a ranger?
Well, we hunt and provide for the community. Anything that requires leaving the safety of the settlement. My most important task is to help protect everybody. That means patrolling the woods and making sure nobody goes out alone.
So you're New Bethel's lawman?
Not quite. We don't enforce the rules. That falls to Sister Joanna. We're more like New Bethel's guardian shepherds. In our case, that includes guarding against actual wolves.
Patrick's not letting me go down the mountain path.
Good. He's not supposed to.
Why not?
You need a ranger to go with you, and Patrick's still in training.
Couldn't you be my escort down the mountain?
Is there an emergency?
No, I just want to check on our wagon.
Don't worry about the wagon. It's in good hands. There's nothing else worth going down there for, believe me. Anyhow, today we're honoring the Sabbath.
I want to know about you and your wife.
We're just trying to get by like everybody else here. Sue Ellen's a great healer. Keeps everybody fit and healthy. I do my part as a ranger. We came to New Bethel later, but nobody bothers about those distinctions. We're just as much a part of this place as our brothers and sisters from the airship.
If you weren't part of the original voyage, when did you arrive?
Oh, around 10 years ago, we were one of the first new families. 6 other groups came after us. You folks are the first new faces we've seen in nearly 5 years.
Tell me about the Taggarts and Captain Perry.
Yeah, they survived a terrible disaster and built a thriving community up from the ashes. Doesn't get more admirable than that. Brother Perry is a good friend. Sisters Joanna and Eliza are, more reserved.
I'd like to hear about the Doran family.
Now there's a couple of iron souls. Brother James taught me all I know about being a ranger. He was a good man. After his passing, it seemed only right that I should pass that knowledge on to his son. Sister Bridget don't much show it, but James's death hit her hard. Brother Patrick's a good kid, smart and eager to learn. He'll make a fine ranger.
Appreciate your time.
Be well.
A strainer and teapot. It's loaded with tea.
Okay. Where are we going to get hot water from? Maybe here? Put it in that mug I've got.
A kettle hanging over the communal fire.
Has it got water in it, though, is the question.
Not much use when the
Right, okay, so she wants to load it. Okay, well, there's... Okay, these water barrels don't seem to be interactable. What else have we got? Let's go back into our place. We didn't really have a proper search around here because we got summoned so quickly. Okay, it's nothing.
This must be Patrick's. It's full of all sorts of wooden toys. Keeps the room warm. Winters here must get awful chilly, though. Bridget standing with a man. A handsome-looking man. This must be James. Bridget and Patrick's beds. Not very comfortable. I hope we don't stick around here too long.
Okay, so I can't interact with the water jug. I don't know why I even need to make tea at this point, to be honest. Let's talk to Lola again. Has she got any ideas?
Not now, Leger.
She does not.
Hello again, Joanna.
Hello to you, Sister Harley.
I saw a portrait in Eliza's quarters of the two of you with a man. Who is he?
Oh, that's Eliza's father, Jonathan. I allow her to keep the portrait because she should remember him, but I would prefer not to.
Why not?
I'd rather not speak of it. It's too painful.
Eliza told me a story about her being sent to an orphanage.
Please, let's not speak of that. She clearly trusts you if she shared that with you, but that's deep in the past. It was a dark chapter in our lives.
Thanks for the chat.
God bless.
Okay, so we're looking for some hot water. We're looking for a way to maybe ring that bell. Let's chat with Perry again, because now we've chatted to everyone else.
To say to him.
All right, I was going to say he might talk to us all again now.
Can't think of it. I've got nothing.
There was nothing up. There was nothing in that shack.
Just a regular piece of firewood. Some nettle leaves from the big tent. If I want to make tea, I'll need some water first.
Yeah, that's still not helping, is it? And I'm sure these are rainwater barrels. It's annoying I can't interact with those. Oh, wait, there's one over here, isn't there? Near Patrick, I remember now. Do. Okay, so let's dip our cup in there. I don't know why we're making tea. It just seems like it's there to do, so may as well do it, that being the case. Water hot.
Now to wait. One cup of hot water, all mine.
Alright, let's go and make a cup of tea then. I mean, why not, huh?
Now to let it steep for a few minutes. There, a nice hot cup of tea. Tea, Ceylon, hot.
Do I give that to anyone?
Thanks, but I've already got all I need.
I'm just going to offer it to everyone. I've no idea what to really do with this.
You keep that, Harley.
Okay. Give it to Patrick, maybe? Maybe that makes him leave. What you need is a nice cup of tea.
You sure got a lot of junk.
Huh. Hey, what about your mum?
Thank you, but
I've no. Let's give it to Lola. I've no idea what to do with this.
I got no use.
Nobody wants my tea. I'll go there in a sec. What about the... Well, we'll try Johanna. We'll try the captain. I don't really know. I don't know what I'm doing.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Captain. How about a nice cup of tea?
Is it more of that nettle stuff?
No, this is from my own private store. It's from Ceylon.
No kidding. How'd you come by that?
We recently met a former whaler. He had souvenirs from around the world. He gave me a caddy as a memento, and it had some tea left in it. I thought you might appreciate a taste from another part of the world.
Ah, this is delicious. I don't know what to say, aside from thank you.
My pleasure.
Please, join me. Have some tea and we can chat.
I'm more of a coffee drinker, but I'll gladly take the conversation.
I apologize for being so abrupt before. If you still have questions, I'll try and answer them to the best of my ability.
Do you think we could talk a little about the airship crash now? I'd really like to understand more about the origins of this community.
Yes, that's understandable. Of course you're curious to know what kind of place you fetched up in. All right. 12 years ago, Johanna chartered my cargo ship to take her group from Bright Bay to Las Virgenes. But late one night, still half a day from our destination, the boiler failed. We started losing altitude.
Sabotage.
We were already crossing the mountains, and all around was rocky peaks and forest. No safe place to set down. I was forced to make an emergency landing, more a barely controlled crash, really. on the side of this mountain. And here we are still.
Wow.
The Rowena was wrecked beyond hope of repair, but somehow nobody was hurt or killed in the crash. A miracle, as Joanna reminds us if we ever forget.
Do you know what caused the failure?
Yes, I'm certain I do. But it doesn't matter.
What makes you say it doesn't matter what caused the crash?
It was a long time ago. So much has changed, and I've forgiven and forgotten. To tell the truth, that final voyage was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because of it, I met and married Joanna. I got to watch her blossom into a truly inspirational leader, and I found a new home. She's the captain of this ship now, doing a far better job of it than I ever could.
I wanna know what he knows about the crash.
I imagine it wasn't easy for you to adjust to this life.
It took some getting used to, I admit, and not just for me. Many of the original passengers found it hard to live up here. They thought they were headed for a sunny coastal paradise, not a barren mountaintop surrounded by ferocious beasts. Joanna tried to keep morale up, but that didn't stop a group of dissenters from forming. They began challenging her, spreading rumors and confusion.
And now they're all buried in the
She had no
graveyard.
choice but to discipline them.
How exactly did Joanna discipline the dissenters?
She had them stay in the cabin over yonder, isolated from the rest of the community and kept under guard. She wanted to give them time to cool down and reconsider, but I could see that wasn't going to happen. They had made up their minds to leave. Keeping them prisoner was only making things worse.
So what happened?
They escaped one night, under my watch.
You expect me to believe the dissenters escaped?
Joanna believed it, still does, despite the rumors and hearsay. That's all that matters.
Were you punished in any way?
I was under the silence for a week for failing to protect the dissenters from the dangers of the wilderness. Small price to pay for both the good of the community and those poor souls who left.
The silence? What's that?
A custom Joanna and Eliza came up with. You can't speak, and nobody is allowed to talk to you for however long your silence lasts. Bit of a funny punishment, but I can appreciate the idea behind it. After all, a captain needs to keep discipline among the crew.
Is there anything you'd be willing to share about the people of New Bethel? Who's who, their relationships, their history? There's so much I don't know.
Suppose it couldn't hurt. Go on, then.
What did you do before coming here?
I piloted this ship, the Rowena, before it became our home. Drifted from port to port, doing odd transport jobs. Never imagined I'd stay still for more than a month, let alone 12 years.
I know a little bit about what that's like. I never stayed put long either.
Well, this community put an end to my wandering ways. Maybe it'll do the same for you.
Tell me about Joanna and Eliza.
I got to know Joanna on the voyage here. Over dinner in my quarters, she told me all about her thoughts and philosophies on life. It was fascinating to meet someone so passionate and high-spirited. After the crash, I got to know and respect her more. She emerged as the spiritual leader of New Bethel. We married a few years after. As for Eliza, she's always been utterly devoted to her mother. We get along, but I'm mindful about giving her space.
What can you tell me about Bridget and Patrick?
The boy seems happy here. I'm glad Jerome's seeing to his training. Bridget has more than readjusted to life here. She was originally one of the dissenters, you see. But she and her husband James returned that winter with their newborn son. Seems Bridget wasn't aware when they left that she was with child. Having a baby out there in the wilderness changed the calculation, I guess.
Where's the baby now?
What's to know about Jerome and Sue Ellen?
Good people. They came to New Bethel a couple of years after the crash. I believe they met with trouble on the road, much as you did. And lucky thing for us, they stayed. They're both vital parts of this community.
Wait,
See you later,
I know.
Captain.
Okay,
Goodbye,
Patrick's the
Miss
child.
Leger.
No, I thought I'd asked about the ranger guy. Okay, well, I'm gonna actually check my journal for the first time. What do we feel like our deal is here? What are we looking at here? Okay. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm looking at different types of lock. It's obviously going to come into play at some point. Interesting. It hasn't yet at all. Anywho, I'm going to skip ahead to the where we are now and kind of see what she says about this group. I didn't realise she'd been writing all this stuff down. It might have been quite interesting to read, but I'm not going to start that now. Yeah, she just says she's talked to the captain now. There's nothing... Like, I still need to make a distraction. I still don't have a clear idea of how I'm going to do that. And I definitely can't just ring the bell with this, right? I want to get in that nightstand drawer. Let's chat to him again.
Can't think of it.
Fair enough. Okay. He's not going to let us snoop, so he's keeping his eyes on us now. Let's talk again to Lola now we've had that chat with the captain.
Not now.
No. Jake again?
I've got nothing.
I think I'm going to leave it there now for today, as it's over an hour in this episode, so that seems like a good point to leave it. When we come back next time, we're going to probably go around and just try and chat to everyone again. I suspect the diversion is something to do with this bell, maybe to get Patrick to come away from the path, allowing us to do it. We've probably got to talk to someone to convince them to do it. Maybe Nadine. Not sure. But anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, if you could hit that like button, that'd be fantastic. Do leave a comment as well. Let me know what you think's going on with this community. I mean, I've joked that I think they're cannibals, but they're probably not cannibals. But there is something sus going on. So if you have any theories, do say in the comments. I'd be interested to read them. And, you know, if you're watching this and still not subscribed to the channel, if you could do that, that'd be amazing. So thanks very much, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.